Comes Sebastian Vettel. He's neck and neck with Lewis Hamilton. Vettel is alongside and ahead.
Look at that! How that and colossally that's backside and the opportunity inside is looking
Hamilton's going to try again. This time on the inside and continent touch.
Oh my goodness, this is fantastic!
Round 3 of the TOTL Sprint Series sees our drivers take to the streets of Baku for the first street circuit in the calendar. Featuring everything from 90-degree corners to the narrow castle section, this track always guarantees exciting racing and a high chance of safety car influencing strategy. A fast lap can make all the difference when it comes to track position, so here's how to make your way around the Baku streets as quickly as possible. Heading into turn 1 with DRS wide open and your foot stomped on the gas means deciding on a braking point is essential here in order to carry as much speed through the corner as possible. Slam the brakes when the outside curb appears and gently build up the revs down a short straight before turn 2. Turn 2 is surprisingly wide, so run all the way out to the barrier before getting on the power and opening DRS once again. And then just like turn 2, turn 3 is also fairly wide, making it a great place to try and secure an overtake before the tight and twisty castle section. Brake fairly late and run the car close to the barrier on exit. This is pretty much the line you want to take on most of these 90-degree corners and try and toe the edge to the barrier as best you can. A quick squirt on the throttle leads you towards turn 4. Turn in early to guarantee hitting the apex before short shifting to get the power down early. The left-right combination of 5 and 6 can be quite tricky. Take the left-hander in third before dropping down to second for some additional rotation for turn 6, and clipping the inside curb can unsettle the car, so be sure to avoid it. Turn 7 is one where a huge amount of lap time can be gained. Bring the car down to third gear or even second if you're in race fuel, and use all of the curb to shorten the corner. Track limits can catch out even the most experienced of drivers here, so do so at your own risk. Just try and find that thin line. Up next is the notorious castle section. Bring the car to the right-hand barrier before swinging it into turn 8. Try and get as close to the inside barrier as possible to open up turn 11. If you drop the car into second gear, it can help with rotation, but if you can, try and stick it in third so you can get the power down much earlier through turns 12, 13 and 14, and they can be taken at full throttle. Too much steering input can cause the car to spin through here. Turn 15 is another nasty corner. You can mount the inside curb to shave off a few tenths, but it is extremely risky and will unsettle the car on corner exit. Turn 16 is relatively straightforward compared to the last sector. Use the runoff on the outside to increase the speed as much as possible before the final sector of the lap. The third sector is really self-explanatory. Keep the throttle pinned to the floor and get as close to the walls as you dare before opening the DRS just before the pit entry line comes into view. With DRS open, simply power your way down the straight to the finish line, which is much earlier than you might anticipate, but this will be your primary overtaking spot for almost all of your overtakes in your Baku race. That's been it for this week, though. Make sure to join us at 8 PM BST for the Baku Sprint Series race. It will be a great one that we've been looking forward to. Street circuits are always a banger. And then, of course, join us next week for Bahrain. We'll go under the floodlights in Bahrain to find out who can take maybe a third or fourth win of the season, depending on if Miller keeps it up.